Hello, survivors, and welcome back. This is Darius Torana, and we are back with 100 Days in Valheim. This is a 100 Days attempt, not an actual 100 days. I did not make it the 100 days. I was attempting a hardcore, immersive, no map run. It went poorly. I will not be attempting this again for a little bit. I am going to be trying some other assorted things first. I'm going to do probably a regular just 100 days video in Valheim. But that being said, a little bit of preamble on what's been going on. Just so you know, I am going to be trying to post about a video a month focusing on 100 days videos and 100 days attempts. I will be working on those just because they are longer form and take a little bit longer, but I don't really have the time to do a Let's Play series right now because I did just get a new job and life's been kind of moving quick for me. So we're kind of working on stuff like that. So for now, we are just going to be focusing on about once a month releasing a video about my 100 days attempts. I still might be putting out some videos on Darius Torana Tactics, working on those Warhammer videos as well. So yeah, if you guys are enjoying the content, go ahead and leave a like, subscribe, and comment, and let me know what your favorite part of this video is. Without further ado, though, let's go ahead and get started on this 100 days attempt. Now, as we know, in Valheim, food does not equal starvation. What it does is equal more stamina and health and eventually magic. So that was one of the first things that I decided I needed to do, was find some berries and other assorted resources to be able to collect more wood, food, and the such. Look at all this stone. I distinctly remember there supposed to be being like branches and stuff on the ground. Maybe I'm wrong. Am I supposed to punch trees? I don't think you punch trees in Valheim. I guess let me go try. Yeah, it does not seem to be working. I think we're going to start off over here. Now, after remembering some of the mechanics, such as, you don't punch trees for wood in this one, or thatch, or, whatever, I decided to find a flat spot to start building and get my first house started up. I knew shelter is very important in Valheim, and you can sleep through the nights
items,
if
as well as
you
access to lots more building
using
pieces.
a bed, so I went ahead and got started trying to
let's go ahead and... Wow, I almost died. Holy crap, okay.
After my near death on day one, I then recalled the most dangerous enemy on Valheim is yourself while chopping trees. So, I was a lot more careful. For the most part, I do have at least one more incident involving a tree falling on me, but that one wasn't my fault. The tree was already felled. It just rolled and hit me harder than I thought it would. At the end of day one, my house wasn't finished. Honestly, I started building way too big for a starter house, but, that's kind of not here nor there. But it wasn't finished yet, so I just kind of built up what I could to get it sleep ready and went ahead and ended the night. Now, I never actually ended the night day one, or I never got a real chance to because of the fact that I didn't have a proper bed yet, so day 2 I started working on the roof and getting that bed set up. However, I got my first raid, which honestly, this is the first time I've actually had the Eikthyr raid at all, so I was very excited to get that raid. I will say I never felt in danger during this, other than the fact that I was still recovering from that tree hitting me, so like it wasn't a super scary raid, but it was nice to get some extra resources at the beginning. I also should say that for my stats for this, I increased the drop rates by 2, so like necks are going to drop 2 neck tails and stuff like that. And we're going to head out to here, and we're going to start chopping trees. And we're probably going to spend the next like couple days chopping trees, because my main focus for this is survival. I want to survive the 100 days, but I also want to see how far I can get, so I need to balance the survival aspect with the progression aspect. Now, that little bit of insight came from me while I was actually playing the game. Unlike my other 100 Days videos, I did not have myself on mute the entire time, because a lot of people, when they're doing 100 Days videos, will keep themselves off mute and use some audio from a game. I decided to try that. I liked it. I'm not sure how it's going to turn out in post, but I will say that I didn't survive. Woohoo! Finishing up the house took the rest of day 2. So that is what I did. I'm not going to make you guys watch all of my building. Nothing really happened the rest of day 2 other than me chopping trees and building. I told myself I was going to just chop trees and be done, but I could not help but continue building. So day 3 started off with me finding a beehive and spending way too long before I realized that, in fact, I will not be able to knock it down without a bow. I tried all sorts of different things to try to get it knocked down, but did not happen. I also realized that this may have been a bit of an ambitious endeavor for me to jump straight from really my first time playing Valheim to straight into 100 days immersive, no dying, blah. And I began to doubt my abilities and my skills. As somebody who is directionally challenged with a map, how am I going to do this without a map? I can't hit it. I'm going to need a bow. Day 4, after getting myself a bow, I did head out to do some exploring to try to find the Eikthyr altar. I did accidentally have myself muted for most of this time, so there's not any real commentary from me. However, I did find a cute little village that I was like, oh man, I could move here. This'll be great. And then I found like a little black forest area next to the village, and I was like, oh man, this will be great. And I think at this point I also is when I found the mountain biome that's also right there. After exploring most of the day, I headed home. However, I did find quite a few beehives, and in those beehives there were actually 2 queen bees because of how I got the settings. Next time I do this, if I have the settings like this, I probably will make a rule for myself that I can't use 2 queen bees per hive, because honestly it made getting honey very real. Not that getting honey is necessarily hard to begin with, but it was like I was getting, I think I had at the end like 8-9 hives. It was crazy. Starting out on day 5, I got the beehives set up and everything, and my goal for today was to find Eikthyr. If I found him early enough, I wanted to beat him as well. However, I did kind of forget that I didn't have fire arrows yet, so that became the secondary focus of the day, was unlocking and building fire arrows.
Alright, so today I am going to be heading this way. Too far. Got it. Only took like 18 shots, but I got it. I wish it would automatically pull out your shield. When you re-pull out your melee weapon if you had the shield equipped. Is this it? Alright.
So with finding Aether, we have initially progressed. Now, like I said, the rest of the day is me realizing that
okay,
I don't have fire
hunt his
arrows,
kin.
so fighting
I
Aether
could eat
is
another
probably
bite.
a bad idea right now. So I needed to go make them. Then I realized I couldn't make them yet. So
Alright.
day 6 was my
do
plan
I
to
have
fight
a deer head? I do. Am I prepared for this? Honestly, I'm not sure.
On day 6, after much preparation, I finally went to go face off against the big deer. It was my first boss. He's not the hardest boss, but I was definitely nervous.
Where's he appearing at?
Let's see how it goes.
Right there. Oh, this is already going great. There we go. Oh, god dang. Ow. Alright, I should be able to take this guy down. Barely no problem. I do want to let him harvest a couple of trees and stuff for me. Still want to get him low, though. Ow, and try not to die to him while doing it. Let's get him low before I try and have him harvest trees for me. Alright. Yeah, we've got this in the bag. As long as a tree doesn't hit me. Oh gosh, a tree almost hit me. Oh, did I kill him? Oh, I killed him. Alright, I am going to want to get him one more time because I'm going to want an extra trophy. But that can be done later. Now, you're probably wondering why it's dark and rainy when I am putting up the Eikthyr skull. And that would be due to the fact that despite it being a straight shot to the altar, I got super lost. Like, more lost than I have been in really most games I've played in a long time. So with that, I finally did make it back. It is still day 5, luckily. Or, sorry, day 6. But, yeah, the day's done. I hadn't been recording all of that. That sucks. Well, that's frustrating. Day 7, I decided to go start moving into that little village. So I started building up some buildings in there, getting some stuff set up, and so that I could get all my stuff moved over there. I didn't have a ton yet, which I felt like was a good time to start the move. However, I knew it would take a few trips, so I figured if I could get some copper to get the nails, maybe I would be able to get a cart and it'll help. But yeah, I just decided to brute force it, and basically the next couple of days are just me moving. I do, however, dig up the treasure chest in the boat rocks that are near where my house is currently, so that's a thing. On one of these sides there will be a treasure chest. Day 8, I am literally just running back and forth, taking all of my stuff to and from my new house. Day 9 is me putting together some of the other buildings and getting stuff set up so that I can have kind of a base of operations. The eventual plan is to build this into more of to build out some of these buildings, eventually tear down some of the crappy looking ones and build them up into bigger buildings, and turn this into more of a fortress with a landing for my boats and stuff. I was actually really excited about this place. I say was because welcome to the last day. I will say day 10 was really eventful. There was a ton that happened, and honestly, it would take a lot to be able to cover it all.
So now,
so we're just going to kind of go through a couple of the events. Starting off, I did get attacked by some gray dwarves. I found a tower that was pretty cool. I didn't find a treasure chest in the tower like I thought I would. Now, technically I had found this tower before and I had cleared the skeletons out of it, but I hadn't actually explored up the tower because I also ran into this troll. And I just ran away from the troll. I got away pretty easily. However, this time I was trying to explore further in to see if I could find copper. The troll, however, was not giving up. Shit. Oh, he's here. Alright, I'm not seeing any copper in this Black Forest area. However, there is still more tin. And I may have just fucked up. I have just fucked up. Forest area. After an ungodly amount of time, the troll finally turned around and left me alone, which left me in another meadow area, which is not what I wanted. I wanted to find copper, so I started kind of glancing around and I found another Black Forest area. Now, of course, after having just moved all of my stuff, I find this really nice open area right next to this bigger Black Forest area, and I was like, ah, man, I'd love to live here, but I had to kind of fight the urge to immediately start trying to move. Small forward base here. Is this copper? I think this is copper. Whatchamacallit? A spawner. Heard an arrow. Literally hearing stuff attacking each other, but I can't. Okay, so I need to go in there. So I find the burial crypt, which is super important. Like, I really need to get in there. But unfortunately, I get attacked by a couple of big dudes out here. Come on. come back. Stop running. He is pissing me off. Oh god, there's so many of them now. Shoot. Oh, god damn it, I set myself on fire. Now, I will say, I got a little bit lucky here because I forgot that these entry areas are not entirely safe. I was thinking that the entry room had no enemies in it, which, like I said, I got lucky to start with. And then I also thought that the other enemies might leave. Oh god, it's a big Grey Dwarf Shaman. Just stop running away. Now, after what I considered a harrowing experience of barely making that out alive, I decided to delve into the burial chamber. Oh god. Out of the burial chambers we go. Now, while I was trying to heal up from the burial chamber issue, I got impatient, started wandering around, and I found this tower, which does have one of those glyphs that lets you see where the Elder's at. Obviously, I don't have a map, so that doesn't matter. But, you know what towers generally have is treasure. So, I decided to head up that way. I kind of baited out the 1.5 billion Grey Dwarves that were around the tower, and honestly, like, it went really well. However, it took long enough that it basically was dark, so I decided to try and start setting up in the tower for a night's sleep. And that's when I ran into the Brute. Ow. Oh. So that ended my first run of the Immersive Valheim experience. However, my next Valheim video I'm going to do will most likely be a 100 days just regular. I don't want to put any other stipulations on it just because I'm not the best Valheim player yet, so I just want to try and beat 100 days. Then I will try to survive 100 days, and then I'll probably try to do the immersive. My next video, however, will probably be Moria. I want to do the storyline through. So, yeah, keep an eye out for that. Like I said, I'm hopefully going to be doing a video about a month. But if you did enjoy the video, go ahead and slap a like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, until next time, keep on surviving.